Let's do a channel tarot card reading. This is a general message for the collective, so it may or may not resonate with you. If it does, I invite you to please like and share this post. For those of you that don't know me, I'm an energy healing practitioner, a channeler, and a self-awareness coach. I assist my clientele with integration practices through their healing journeys. All right, we got the youth card in reverse on the bottom here with the cut. So we could be talking about journey here. What kind of journey? I don't know. That's actually very vague. Let me get 3 cards on the spread, please. Ooh, all right. Uno más. Cool. All right, so first card, healing in reverse. Who is not speaking up about what they want to do and how they want to move forward? Because I can't talk. I've got the 7 of Earth in reverse. Perception. Okay. Let's do a shuffle for the overall energy, please. Anything else comes out here? All right. So for the overall, I've got the Maiden in reverse. That's twice today that she's come out for the overall. 3 of Earth here. Yeah. Somebody, whomever this is for, you're not doing what needs to be done to heal yourself. Like, you're not prioritizing yourself here. Ooh. 3 of Swords. Knight of Cups. We may be talking about some sort of connection here. I don't see an ending. However, with that 3 of Swords, that can suggest some kind of an ending, a heartbreak. But that could be anything. This could be, you know, a dynamic with family. Could be the loss of somebody. But again, with this Knight of Cups here, we might be talking about a relationship with the significant other. But let's get some clarification on this. There's some pain here that I'm seeing. There's some pain, and it's really, I think, clouding your perception, clouding how to move forward, how to heal from this. But let's get some clarification. Let's do the overall energy first. Can I get 3 cards on the overall energy? Star card. Something just came out. What was that? Okay. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And the Star. Okay. This, with the overall, this is saying that you've been pouring a lot of your time, your effort, your energy, your love into outside sources that aren't you. Family, again, family dynamics, significant others. Especially with the 10 of Pentacles here. This shows me like this is family dynamic. You know, and let's talk about this for a minute. When it comes to family, longtime friends, things like that, there's almost this obligation to be there for them. Even if it means compromising and sacrificing your time and your energy when it's not there, or when it is there feeling like, well, I've got time to go help so-and-so now, so I should. But as a result of that, you're depleting yourself. You yourself are going through something right now on some sort of emotional and energetic level that has caused you pain and grief. And you're not giving to that. You are giving all of that time, affection, and care that you need for you. When we talk about the Maiden energy, like that's putting love back into yourself. The balance of love. You're not giving that to yourself. And it's slowly, again, it's depleting you and it's harming you emotionally. You just feel really drained. And remember how I said I felt tongue-tied? It's almost like, especially with this perception card here, it's like you're recognizing that, but you're not speaking, you're not vocalizing that to the people around you. You're not setting your boundaries. Death card's on the bottom. Maybe it would require walking away. Let's go ahead and look at our healing card here in reverse. It's 3. Queen of Wands, the Fool in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this is really calling, like I had mentioned, this is really calling for you to set a boundary for yourself. I'm hearing in my head right now to tell you that it's okay to say no. You don't have to provide explanation or excuses. You can just say, no, I can't today. You know what I mean? If somebody's mad at you and reacts towards you, that's on them. They need to figure that out. They need to deal with that. But as a people pleaser, I know that that's hard to do. It took me years to learn how to do that. So I'm not sitting here saying it's as simple as just saying no and being comfortable with just saying no. It does take some practice to really gain confidence in that. But you really need to start that here because it's really creating this imbalance within you. And I keep coming back to, especially looking at this Fool card, we talked about walking away from something. So this could perhaps be a little bit more than just saying no. This may require you to end a dynamic. And that's hard. That is such a hard and difficult place to be, especially if you really love and care for the person. But you try and put it in perspective of walk away and preserve yourself and your health and your well-being, or you continue to give to this person or these persons from a completely depleted state, it's going to impact your health, your mental, your emotional, your physical health. It's going to completely drain you, continue to keep you drained. And you're going to grow resentful. That's what happens. So, you might have to make a hard choice here. And this could be, this could be somebody that doesn't understand boundaries. We do get into some of these dynamics with people, I'm speaking from my own experience, where they don't know how to hear no. And even when you say no, like they'll just keep pressing and pressing, and they will continue to approach you and bother you even when you tell them you need space for something. They don't respect your boundaries. They don't respect your energetic space because they're too absorbed in theirs. And so these are dynamics and these are people and relationships that the only way to set that boundary is to just completely cut off the connection. It happens. It's a hard place to be in, again, especially if you care about somebody. Whoops. Let's see here. A couple here that came out, just kind of fell out. So I'm moving on to the 7 of Earth here in reverse. So I've got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Have you made the choice to cut this connection off already? Perhaps you have. Or perhaps you're thinking on it. But I'm seeing a lot of confidence here within that. Understanding that, yes, it's challenging. However, I will say this, with this being in reverse, I feel like you see this, right? We've got the 4 of Wands, we've got the Queen of Cups. Like, you see this energy of empowerment and, you know, really regaining your strength and your independence and your confidence. But the thought of the challenge of getting to that point of making that decision to end a connection and going through the guilt and the grief and letting that go is really what's creating some resistance here. But you know what's on the other side of it. But the pain of here and now is very challenging for you. Yeah, rightfully so. But don't avoid it. And let me put it into this perspective. You're already feeling that inwardly towards yourself. You're already feeling just ick and depleted and out of balance and probably doing things far from what you want to do because you don't have the energy to do it. And like I said, like I keep, there's moments where I stumble over my words and I'm having a hard time processing and thinking of ways to explain this. Like, my brain is tired. I can sense that exhaustion within you of just like, I don't even know how to think, how to feel. And I'm just tired. Just tired. Take back your power. These connections, these situations, man, like they're silent identity killers, man. And sometimes you just get in so deep and you don't know how to get out of it. Because once you like realize what's actually happening, you're so deep. But it isn't impossible. It is possible. Look at that little flower peeking up through the snow. It's possible. You're still in there somewhere. Let yourself climb out of this. All right, let's move on to perception. The Lover's card. Yeah. King of Cups. One more. Oh, yeah. The Death card. This is on perception. So we've got the Lovers, we've got the Death, and we've got the King of Cups. This is a connection with somebody. I think that you've really built a foundation, like a longevity of foundation with them. And this is very painful. The reality of the situation is very painful, but they have become completely codependent on you. And you see that and you feel that. And I really do think that you're sitting here and you know deep down there is no other choice but to just leave this behind. There's no cruelty here. I'm not really sensing anything like that. It's just... this has just become very taxing on you. Very challenging. And you've spent a lot of time putting energy and input into this individual to keep them going while slowly just draining your battery. There's no recharge. So, I'm sorry, my friend, that you're going through this. This is painful. This is some painful shit. This is a painful reading. And I feel for you. I do. But this is one of those moments, again, especially with that Lover's card. I love that this is the card that came out too, because it does also talk about choices. This is a moment for you have to choose yourself, you know? I mean, you don't have to, it's a choice. But to protect yourself and to refill your cup, you've got to choose yourself. And I know that's not always the easiest choice to make. So let's get some advice here, some channeled messages for you. Do one more shuffle. If nothing comes out, I might need to grab another card. Okay. Another card. Yeah. I like that for you. So I got resurrection coming up here. So this is about your, leaving something behind, the death of something, in order to resurrect, to rebirth. Yeah, have you dimmed so others could shine, blending in and shadowing your shine? Do you numb your senses in that magical itch? Magic suppressed becomes unrest, humming in your bones, stirring in your chest, begging to be resurrected. Your magic will no longer get you burned. It's time to rise and return. Your truth is medicine reborn. Alrighty. Through the ashes. You've survived fires. Your resilience is undeniable. But survival is just the doorway to the sacred task and tending to the echoes of what you've endured. You've tucked away grief, put on the armor, and let reactions arise without reason. True healing demands depth and the courage to go inward to face what lingers. Alchemize your pain into presence. Keep going, not just forward, but through. Like I said, I'm really sensing you've been in this dynamic for a long time. And it's heavy. It's so heavy. But again, remember we talked about, like, there's this hesitance because you know the pain and the grief it's going to create. But you're already feeling that weight is already here. It's within you. And I know you don't want to create that for the other person, but that's not on you to save them from that. That's on them. That's a choice they have to make for themselves. Allow yourself to work through that grief and start putting some of that weight down. All right? Let's go ahead and, what do we want to do here? Let's do this. The earthly souls and spirits. I'll get 3 cards here. Yeah. one more shuffle, and then if this is it, then that's it. Okay. So I have purposeful that came out, and I have confidence. So that to me, I'm hearing when you make this choice and when you really choose yourself, I think you're going to redefine and find a new sense of purpose for yourself. I think you've lost sight of that. And in that, it's going to help you regain your confidence and your self-love. Again, this isn't all going to be immediate. You're going to have to go through, through the ashes a little bit first. But hang in there. The sooner you make the choice, the sooner your healing can begin. We get 3 more here with the Akashic. Or not. We'll start here. Forgiveness and see it through. You don't always finish what you start and then talk badly to yourself because of it. Break the karmic pattern by seeing a project through to the end and then be proud of what you accomplished. Forgiveness. Withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. It's time to forgive someone or maybe even yourself so you can stay on the path of your highest potential. So maybe there's a lot of self-blame here. And maybe like, well, I've got myself here, so maybe this is what I deserve. Maybe I deserve to stay here. You don't. You can just keep coming back. Allow yourself to choose yourself. Allow yourself this opportunity to heal. Okay. So I've got step back and solitude. So for step back, you're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. And remember, the confirmation on this was that it did talk about that choice, that hard choice of leaving somebody behind. Solitude, spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand in your own in any situation. Yeah, you owe it to yourself to give yourself some space to figure yourself out and to relearn yourself and to give to yourself. You know what I mean? Let's get one more. Release judgment. Holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world in your path with clear eyes. Again, I do think this is talking about you. I think you even wear yourself down and you beat yourself down for staying here so long. But again, I just want to talk about this for a moment. When we find ourselves in these connections, in these relationships, I think I mentioned it, but I just want to reiterate a little bit and go a little bit deeper into it. When we are absorbed in it, it is hard to see it because of the fact that we are so, as the caregiver, the people pleaser, like we're giving so much of ourselves because it could be from a place of, this is what I feel I have to do to feel deserving and worthy of reciprocated love. Maybe it's just something that's you learned, a pattern you learned watching a parent or, somebody overgive and overextend to keep the peace in the house and not walk on eggshells. Just to keep things as level as possible. A survival mechanism, if you will. When we're doing that and we're in that survival mode and we're in that give state without reciprocity, we're giving so much of ourselves and so much of our energy away. Again, we're draining that battery. So you're almost so worn down and so depleted that you just can't, you don't have the perspective of what's really going on until that light bulb moment goes on, or, goes off within you, which is what is happening for you here. And you, all of a sudden, I don't even know if I can explain it, but you see it. And you see what it's doing to you. You start to question things. And you start to recognize that this is a give. There is no reciprocation here. And I'm fucking tired. And again, you start growing in that resentment. So don't hold judgment against yourself. Don't blame yourself. Taking accountability is not saying, well, I got myself in this situation, so it is what it is, and I made my bed and I'm going to lay in it. Like, no, taking accountability is acknowledging how it is negatively impacting you, what it is doing to you, and saying, in order to better myself, my situation, and to take care of myself, I need to do things differently. That's accountability. Accountability is not a punishment. It is taking action on steps to make a change, to discontinue it and break the cycle, to break the patterns that are not serving your highest and best. So, release the judgment towards yourself. Release the blame. You don't deserve to be in a depleted energy like this. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to know yourself and to express yourself and to live a life that brings you joy and fulfillment and a sense of purpose. Give that to yourself. This was kind of a heavy one today. And again, whoever is going through this right now, my heart goes out to you. Hang in there. And I really do wish you the best. I really do. And I'm sending you lots of good energy. And, I hope this helped. I hope this brought some confirmation today. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can visit my website, abstractforesthealing.com. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Peace and love. I will talk to you all very soon.